Kashmir to Kanyakumari, India is a spellbinding mosaic of culture, tradition, languages and an extraordinary mingling civilization. Keeping its age-old culture maintained, today the country is taking huge strides in the path of development. Hello, I'm your host Uzma Jaffrey, and today in our episode of My India, we bring you some of the stories that will give you a glimpse of our country's diversity. Let's begin the show by taking you to the southern state of Telangana to witness the annual celebrations of the Bonalu festival. Observed mainly in the twin cities Hyderabad and Secunderabad, Bonalu is a famous Hindu festival in which goddess Mahakali is worshipped. Take a look.
Decked in traditional attires and carrying Bonalu on their head, women in Hyderabad city of Telangana throng to various temples of goddess Mahakali to celebrate the most auspicious Bonalu festival. During this occasion, Mother Goddess is worshipped in regional forms like Maisamma, Pochamma and Yelamma. Some women are even said to face a spell of trance as they dance with balancing pots to the rhythmic beats of the drums in the honor of goddess Mahakali. Reflecting Telangana's rich culture and traditions, the main celebrations of the Bonalu festival are held at city's Mahakali temple, Lal Darwaza, and the historic Akanna Madanna temple at Haribavli.
टेंपल को जाके भगवान को बोनम चढ़ा के अच्छे से प्रे करते हैं कि हमारे प्रार्थना सुने वो.
This Bonalu is Telangana's famous festival. We have so much belief in Bonalu. Everyone believes so much in this god. And Lal Darwaza is very famous in Hyderabad, overall Hyderabad. So we believe so much.
A male dressed like Pothraj, who is believed to be the brother of goddess, holds a prominent position in the celebrations. He is represented by a bare-bodied and a well-built man who wears a small tightly draped red dhoti and bells near ankles. He also has a luxurious rub of turmeric and vermilion on his head. He dances to the resounding drums and has the power to lead the ladies who are in trance state. Once the procession reaches the temple, women make offerings of rice cooked with milk, jaggery and many more items, also known as bonum, to the goddess along with vermilion, bangles and sari. Bonum is said to have medicinal values and wards off many diseases.
इसलिए बनाते हैं कि नया चावल सब कुछ नया बारिश गिरने से सब कुछ नया आता ना उसके वजह से नया सब कुछ फ्रेश चावल बना के माता जी को नैवेद्य के लिए खिलाते हैं. वो खाने के बाद हम लोग उस चावल स्टार्ट करते खाना.
ये एक ट्रेडिशन माना जाता है पिछले सालों से कि एक जमाने में लोगों को तेलुगु में गतरा बोलते हैं जिसको फीवर डिसीज आता है जो सब लोग समझ नहीं आके माता को आके मानते हैं कि माता ये करने से ये सब करने से आपको बोनम बना से बोनम में क्या क्या मिलाते हैं शुगर राइस गुड़ शक्कर बेल्लम सब मिलाते हैं जो मिलाने से टर्मरिक एंड जो नीम ट्री है ना ये सब मिला के जो प्रसाद बनाते हैं ना वो खाने से जो भी डिसीज रहता है ना वो जाता है इसीलिए वो बनाते हैं माता को ऐसा प्रे करते हैं वो जाने के बाद माता सबको ठीक कर देती है.
During the processions, a colourful paper structure which is supported by bamboo sticks is also brought and offered as part of the ritual to show respect to the deity. Observed on 3 different Sundays at different places in the twin cities Hyderabad and Secunderabad, the festival's origin traces back to the 18th century and till date it is observed with same enthusiasm.
Bonalu in Telangana are a very special festival. They are very typical to Telangana. They are a native festival of Telangana people. So every Bonalu has a lot of history. If you take this Mahakali Bonalu itself, it has a history of over 250 years. When way back in 1843, the police battalion which had gone to Ujjain on admission, they had prayed for the plague affected people here and it had stopped next day. So the battalion commander had brought back the idol and placed it very much here in front of the police chowki, and since then it has been celebrated.
Intended to ward off coronavirus and usher in peace, this annual festival is also considered a thanksgiving to the goddess for fulfillment of vows.
India is a country of multi-ethnic culture where people belonging to different religious, cultural and linguistic identities live together harmoniously. Festivals are a great show of people from different backgrounds coming together and participating in each other's festivities. Today we will show one such example from Gorakhpur city of Uttar Pradesh, where Muslims have been preparing cloth bags for Kanwar Yatris.
India is a country where different religious communities not just reside peacefully but also participate actively in each other's festivities and occasions. Example of this active participation could be easily spotted in different nooks and corners of the country. A similar example was recently seen in Gorakhpur city of Uttar Pradesh, where Muslim families have been preparing cloth bags for Kanwar Yatris.
कोई दुख कौन सी दिक्कत है भाई, दोनों धर्म मिलकर नहीं काम करेंगे, हिंदू मुसलमान का मुसलमान में को तो कैसे चलेगा बताइए। हम उनका काम करते हो, हमारा काम करते हो, हमारे जो काम है वो भी करवाते हैं, उनका जो काम हम लोग कोई एतबार पत्ते तो हम लोग सिलते इसको।
These cloth bags are decorated with imprints of Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati on them. Muslim families in Gorakhpur have been making these bags for years. However, due to the pandemic, their businesses was on hold for 2 years. Now that the things have returned to normal, their businesses have picked up pace again.
क्वांटिटी जो है वो कारीगर के ऊपर डिपेंड करती है और कितने हमारे पास कितने कारीगर हैं उस पर डिपेंड करती है। और जहाँ तक रही बात कि कहाँ ये कपड़ा आता है हम लोगों का डायरेक्ट खैलाबाद से, और उसके बाद से कटिंग वटिंग किया जाता है, उसकी छपाई होती है, फिर अपने कहाँ लोकल कारीगर जो औरतें होती हैं वो लोग आती हैं घर घर से, वो लोग लेकर जाती हैं, सिलती हैं और फिर वहाँ हम लोगों को वापस मिल जाता है। और इसकी कॉस्ट करीब यही 12-13 रुपये कॉस्ट आती है, हम लोग 15 से 16 रुपये में इसको सप्लाई करते हैं आगे।
It is the spirit of togetherness that binds people of different religious communities in a common knot of harmony.
Now a roundup of some of the major stories that made news recently.
American directors Anthony Russo and Joseph Russo held the premiere of their upcoming Netflix thriller film The Grey Man in Mumbai. The Russo brothers have to their credit the highest grossing movie of all time, Marvel's Avengers Endgame, along with 3 other Marvel films. The Grey Man features Indian actor Dhanush, who plays the character of an assassin, Avik San.
I'm very excited, very thrilled, and Grey Man is a great action film, and it's come out so well, and I'm so excited. I can't wait for India to watch the film, and the Russos are here, and it's amazing to have them here, and we're all very excited and very thrilled about this whole thing.
The action film revolves around a CIA, Central Intelligence Agency agent who comes under the radar of assassins after revealing official secrets. India's sports community hailed Neeraj Chopra after the Olympic javelin champion won the country's first silver medal at the World Championships. Chopra's throw of 88.13 meters was not enough to beat the Grenadian Anderson Peters' effort of 90.54 meters, but it was enough to end India's 19-year wait for another medal at the World Championships.
बिल्कुल जी, हंगर रहेगा और वो रहना जरूरी है। और मैं बोलना चाहूंगा कि हाँ, मतलब अच्छा है, उम्मीद है सभी गोल्ड की, लेकिन हर बार गोल्ड भी नहीं आ सकता और क्या पता मेडल भी ना आया, ऐसा भी हो सकता है। तो ये स्पोर्ट्स है, मैंने पहले ही बोला हुआ, अप डाउन चलता है, पर हमको अपना जो ट्रेनिंग है या जो भी हमारा काम है वो करते रहना चाहिए लगातार, और मैं करता रहूंगा, वो मैं नहीं छोड़ूंगा और कोशिश करूंगा कि हाँ और इससे बेटर रिजल्ट लेके आऊं।
Meanwhile, Chopra's family members and relatives celebrated his win with dance and sweets. At the Gold Coast in 2018, the former junior world champion became the third man to win an athletics gold for India at the Commonwealth Games after sprinter Milkha Singh in 1958 and discus thrower Vikas Gowda in 2014. Thousands of devotees across India thronged temples to offer prayers to the Hindu god of destruction, Lord Shiva, to observe the second Monday of the auspicious month of Sawan. The festivities came after a gap of 2 years owing to the coronavirus pandemic. Shiva temples in the northern holy cities of Haridwar, Varanasi and Prayagraj saw a sea of devotees travelling from afar to get a glimpse of Lord Shiva's idol.
ये प्राचीन मंदिर है, ये भोलेनाथ की ससुराल है। यहाँ पे सभी लोग कांवड़िए सभी दूर दूर से यहाँ पे दर्शन करने के लिए आते हैं, यहाँ पे जल चढ़ाते हैं। यहाँ की बहुत मान्यता है।
Priests in the central Ujjain city were seen bathing the idol in gallons of milk. Monsoon season in India is associated with Lord Shiva, as it is believed that praying to him during this period would help bring luck and prosperity to the devotees. The devotees also believe that offering prayers to Shiva would help them in attaining salvation.
India is a land where Sufism has not only flourished in its true spirit, but has also become a way of integrating different religious communities. The unity of these myriad faiths can be very well witnessed at the Dargahs of Sufi saints. So today we take you to Dargah of Baba Ishq Madina Sahib in Visakhapatnam city of Andhra Pradesh that has been serving as a bridge between different castes and communities.
Visakhapatnam is a city widely recognized for its rich culture, heritage and history. It is also known as the City of Destiny or the Jewel of the East Coast of India. The city has 3 picturesque hillocks, each with its own religious significance. One of them is the Baba Ishq Madina Dargah or the Dargah Konda Hill, which is visited by people of different religious communities.
ये बाबा का दरगाह का बहुत करामत है। हमें हर महीना 4 महीने 5 महीने के बाद आते ही रहते हैं, उनका फातिहा दिलाते रहते हैं। बहुत करामत है बाबा का। हिंदुओं भी आते हैं, इनका कौन उन्होंने मांग लिए तो उनका ज़रूर दुआ आमीन करते हैं।
It's been said that Baba Ishq Madina Wali came from Makkah Madina along with some of his followers and settled down on the hill around 600 years ago. It's been said that he appeared in Aurangzeb's dream and purposely summoned him. The Dargah has been standing still for the last 600 years amidst all natural calamities like the cyclone Hudhud.
मदीने से आके इधर में रुके, अच्छा है ना? से बाबा औरंगजेब नवाब को जो बोलना है औरंगजेब नवाब को बोले तो सब उन्होंने इंतजाम करे। हिंदी लोग आते हैं, तेलुगु आता है, सब जाता आएगा।
It's been said that the saint has always worked for the welfare of humanity and the people who visit the Dargah gets their wishes fulfilled.
India is on an upward slope of development. After the pandemic, many sectors have started picking up pace as business and commerce is flourishing in the country. India's aviation sector is also experiencing rapid growth like infrastructure upgradation and opening up of new airports, which is attracting investors. Have a look.
With the growth in India's aviation sector, airport infrastructure in the country is experiencing a boom. New airports with world-class facilities are being constructed, and the existing underserved and unserved airports are getting a makeover, with new terminal buildings to improve regional and remote connectivity. The reforms in the aviation sector started in July 2016 with the announcement of the Regional Connectivity Scheme. In furtherance of this initiative, Prime Minister Narendra Modi recently inaugurated Deoghar Airport in Jharkhand state. He praised the rapid infrastructure development and enhanced air connectivity the airport will provide.
उड़ान योजना के तहत पिछले 5-6 सालों में लगभग 70 से ज्यादा नए स्थानों को एयरपोर्ट, हेलीपोर्ट और वाटर एरोड्रम के साथ उसके माध्यम से जोड़ा गया। 400 से ज्यादा नए रूट पर आज सामान्य से सामान्य नागरिक को हवाई यात्रा की सुविधा मिल रही है।
The India aviation expansion has been remarkable. The country has added 67 new airports since 2014 to its existing 74 airports. The government plans to have 220 functional airports by 2025. According to the International Air Transportation Association, the air transport market in India is forecasted under the current trend scenario to grow by 262% in the next 20 years. This would result in an additional 370.3 million passenger journeys by 2037. If these targets are met, it would translate to roughly a rise of 126.7 billion USD in GDP and a creation of almost 9.1 million jobs. According to the Ministry of Civil Aviation, the Indian airport sector is anticipated to receive 21.6 billion USD in investments, including investments from private entities.
पुराना जमाना होता था जहां केवल आर्थिक महत्वपूर्ण शहरों के में हवाई अड्डा स्थापित होता था, लेकिन प्रधानमंत्री जी ने उस परिभाषा को बदल दी। आज जहां हवाई अड्डा स्थापित होता है वहीं से आर्थिक पहिए घूमने शुरू हो जाते हैं।
The government has also incentivized private players to construct and further develop airports within the country. Adani Airports recently secured a deal to modernize and operate 6 airports: Ahmedabad, Lucknow, Mangaluru, Jaipur, Guwahati, and Tiruvananthapuram through the Airports Authority of India's globally competitive tendering process. Some say the entry of private operators will act as a force multiplier to the government's sustained efforts towards expanding and improving aviation infrastructure and will further enhance passengers' experiences. As India's aviation sector witnesses overwhelming growth, the investment potential too has grown massively. The Indian aviation industry is looking at a very bright future.
And in the end, we bring you a few short stories about the recent developments and happenings from around the world in our section of World in Focus.
Hyper Edo Haku is an application game that explores Edo. It is the old name of Tokyo. While exploring the Edo town, player can learn about people's life by looking at the pictures. The pictures that appear in the game are the collection of Edo Tokyo Museum. Edo Tokyo Museum is a popular place for sightseeing in Tokyo. It has released its game application Hyper Edo Haku, which could run on smartphones. Opened around 29 years ago, some of the collections are now displayed at a temporary museum.
江戸のコーナーの中でですね、江戸の盛り場と様子を紹介しているコーナーがあります。アプリも楽しみながら江戸東京博物館収蔵資料を広く楽しんでいただけるといいかなと思います。
Visitors enjoy going back to the previous era by means of this application. Japanese hospitality is becoming a treat for travelers and citizens all over the world. This is the Vinci She robot. It's assisting the surgical team at Tygerberg Public Hospital in Cape Town in removing a cancerous rectal tumor from a patient. With 4 arms that are controlled in real time via an immersive 3D console, it is the most advanced surgical robot in Africa. The Vinci She is one of only 2 such robots in use on the continent. Both of them are found in South African public hospitals in Cape Town. It's currently used mainly for complex urological, gynecological, and colorectal surgeries. The first operation using the robot was performed at Tygerberg Hospital in February 2022. Dozens more have been successfully completed since then. Da Vinci is not the first robot deployed by Tygerberg. In 2020, the hospital introduced Khanya during the peak of the pandemic to help patients connect with their relatives via video or voice call. Lundi Moini is one of the patients who were able to communicate with their family members remotely. Renai Australia recently announced a new renewable product technology which is designed to support Australia's clean energy mix future as Renai Global Innovation Manifesto, which seeks to achieve zero carbon emissions by 2050.
I am strongly convinced that the invention of the world's first hydrogen-powered residential water heater by Rinnai and the cooperation from Australian partners will not only help to take Japan-Australia Hydrogen Cooperation to a whole new level, but will open up a whole new golden age in Japan-Australia economic relations.
We know that the future of that product development is tied intrinsically into Rinnai Japan's strength, which is electronics and core competencies in software. We think that with the great support of Rinnai Japan's IT and R&D network, Rinnai Australia will remain a very strong player in this market and regionally as a consequence.
Renai Australia contributes to development of renewable energy utilization around the world. Over the last 10 days, art lovers at Riyadh visited the Jax Art Festival and its interactive artworks. The festival, organized by the Saudi Ministry of Culture, was advertised as a platform to connect international artists through an exhibition including immersive artworks, an extended reality studio, and a 3D experience featuring works of the Italian Renaissance.
لما أنا قاعدة أشوف قيمة عالية للفن كيف إنه يلمس حقيقي الروح أصلاً. فلما قاعدة أشوف التاريخ الفن بالسعودية كان فعلاً مظلومين الفنانين كانوا أول، فإنه لازم ما ترسم أشخاص، ما تفعل مجرد طبيعة، بس ارسم النخل وهذه الأشياء. كانوا كثير محكورين، فلما الآن أشوف إنه مو فقط يرسمون أشخاص قاعدين ينحتون الشيء اللي كان محرم أول، فاللي واو هذا شيء يعني قفزة أنا أشوفها.
Walking through the exhibition hall, one of the visitors, Lamia Almadi, said she enjoyed the diversity of themes chosen by the artists.
That's all we have for you this week. Your comments and suggestions are important to us. Do give us your feedback at myindia@anin.com. I'm your host Uzma, and it's goodbye from the entire production team.